Yo guys, what's going on? It's Ziro here. Today we're going to be going over an M4 class setup. In this video I will be showing the M4 class setup gameplay in the background while I'm obviously voiceovering this. Just so you guys can see kind of what playstyle that you guys can use throughout the game. Is mainly, well, I mainly use it for rushing. I do like rushing quite a lot. I'm not really a passive player, I'm more aggressive. I'll, go out and I'll hunt the cunts down, is what I'm saying. Rip their head off, fucking eat their lungs out, I promise you I'm not evil, I'm not a goth. Not that there's anything wrong with goths. Just prefer not to be one. Anyway, enough said about that. This gun, I would like to say, is OP. This class setup anyway is OP. The gun itself is a good gun, but once you get attachments on it and you start, using it in different ways, different playstyles, you really can get used to the gun. It really starts beginning to be simple to use, right? Now, this gun, I do have to say, this class setup, sorry, I do have to say is the first one I used on this class setup. So, based off of that, I can already tell this is a good class setup, is because, with any other M4 class setup, I could definitely tell you now that I really would not be doing this well with any other M4 class setup. This is just personal, sorry, pardon me, fuck's sake, personal preference to me, because, I just feel like once you kind of get used to a playstyle, which obviously mine is rushing, like I said, you kind of look for those specific attachments that you either need or you want. Now, for my playstyle, I need these attachments. Without these attachments on the M4 would be absolute dog, right? Now, another thing I want to say is you really do not need to use, the same kind of tacticals and lethals I'm using in this class setup. You can use your own, whatever you prefer, but definitely go and try this class setup. Go give it a go, play a couple games with it. First game you might just have a bunch of sweats on the opposite team. You might have a full clan that's constantly communicating. You might have them little cunts that just sit in corners camping all day, So definitely try this class setup. I guarantee you will have a few good games with it. I've only played with this class setup once, which is in this video, and I genuinely am gonna keep this class setup because I really enjoy playing with it. I don't know if there's any other videos out there with the same class setup, but if there is, then I'm sorry. This is the one that I found out myself, so hopefully you guys enjoy the video and we'll get right into the class setup, because I know that's what you guys are here for. So, getting straight into it, the M4 is an awesome gun in itself, right? You've got an assault rifle, a medium to long range, even short range with these kind of attachments. You really are going to be getting a lot of kills at long range, short range, medium range. It's a really good gun overall. And, it kind of, because I'm using a specific variant, which is the Breakup, I think it's called. Pretty sure it's what the variant's called. It's the pink one that shoots the pink tracing rounds. That's the one I'm using, but if you're not using that as the blueprint itself, you might not even want to use a sight for this. I know that the iron sights on this is pretty good as it is, but the Broken Heart, or whatever it's called, the Broken Breakup, pretty sure it's called the Breakup, but this, I don't know, they just completely changed that variant, and the iron sights on that was just dreadful, so I had to stick a scope on that, and so I did. That's why the scope's there. So that's just a quick warning for the people who's watching this. Now, what I want to say is, you know, if you do decide to go with an optic, obviously you can use any sight you want, and it probably wouldn't change much. You know, there's a lot of sights that you can use, such as thermal. You know, they're all good. Well, the majority of them are good. That's what I would say anyway. But anyway, let's just get straight into the video. So, coming in at attachment number 1, we have the monolithic suppressor, as always. Now, the monolithic suppressor is probably my favourite suppressor. You know, it pretty much just keeps you under the radar, off the grid, whatever you want to say, incognito mode, right? This shit will keep you like fucking Anne Frank. Now, having this equipped means that you can easily go around the map, shoot people unseen, right? You can flank really easy with this. You can also just simply run around fucking crazy with this shit, because nobody's gonna know exactly where you are. Like, you can be running right up behind a bunch of people, you know, 5 people just camping behind, you know, a container, head glitching, say for instance, right? You can pick off 5 of them people, that last person right in front of the container still not knowing where the fuck you are. You can be running around like crazy and he'd still never find you, unless he's got insane headphones, or, you know, his volume literally blasting his ears off until his death, which for some reason some people actually like in this game, which really does not make sense to me. I mean, I have it quite loud, but not that loud, you know. Anyway, next up is the GI Mini Reflex. Now, I picked GI Mini Reflex for multiple reasons. First off, it's got a red dot. Now, red dot is probably my favourite in this game. Second of all, it's not a big clunky chunky thing on the top of my gun, you know. I can actually like see around my gun. I don't need to, you know, fucking turn my head just to get the sway on the gun so I can see around, you know, my sight. Just in general, I quite like this sight, you know. It's small, compact, thin. It's just the way that I like my guns looking, you know. It's appealing to the eye as well as actually performing good. Now, I want to say about this is, like I said before, this is not something that you need on this gun. The eye sights are perfectly fine if you want to go with, you know, I don't even know, say the laser. Now, the laser gives you faster aim down sight speed, which will fucking increase this like crazy, because this gun is amazing on aim down sight speed. So yeah. Moving on to the next attachment, we have the Commando foregrip. Now, obviously, this is literally the underbarrel that everyone uses, and I would say it's literally the most important thing on a weapon on COD. Like, it helps so fucking much. You know, you're aiming down sight and you're spraying, you know, maybe medium range with an AR. It's not gonna go fucking sky high. I tried not using one of these and sticking on a forgot what it's called, it doesn't matter anyway. I tried using something else anyway. Stock. I tried using a different stock on this. The no stock it was actually, and it was just disgusting. It did not work at all. So I quickly changed it up and I fixed it with the Commando foregrip. Now, the Commando foregrip is literally what everyone uses. Like I said before, this is something that's pretty much needed on almost every gun. Now, I can't remember if it does help with aim down sight speed, but I'm sure it does. It might be wrong, so don't quote me on that. But if it doesn't, it definitely helps with accuracy, especially when you're spraying the fuck out of someone. You know, on this class setup, you will get a little bit of upward recoil, but if you aim for the chest most of the time, you are going to hit them right in the head, and that's obviously going to kill them quicker. unless you can control your sensitivity and your aim precision and actual, move your sticks to the point that you need to move them to. Now, the next attachment is the 9mm 32 round mags. Now, this will pretty much increase your fire rate like a shit ton. Like, it would be pretty much like, say you're in airsoft and you literally full auto someone. It's almost like that speed. Now, I don't know if you could hear in the clips I'm using, but the fire rate is fucking superior, I would say, right? Now, this is probably why I'm getting so many kills, is because all these shots are hitting and not many of any other people's shots are hitting me. Now, anyway, apart from that, let's get into the very last attachment and then we'll get right into the intro. The very last attachment is the stipple grip tape, and stipple grip tape will help you in many ways. It's got faster ADS and it's got better accuracy. This is really just going to allow you to be able to win those gunfights and get those high kill games at the end of the day. Anyway, that's going to wrap the video up here. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure to slap that like button. It really helps and I really appreciate it. And yeah, hope you guys have an awesome day. If you've pretty much had your day already, hopefully it was an awesome day. And hopefully tomorrow brings you an even better day. Anyway, my name is Ziro and I'm out. Peace.